Welcome to another episode of Bent Not Broken. Heartbreak and trauma may feel like the end of your story, but here it's the beginning of a bold new chapter. I'm your host, Coach Deborah Griffiths, and this is the space where women rise, rebuild, and rediscover their purpose. Remember this truth: you are bent, not broken. Welcome back to Bent Not Broken, Life After Divorce. I'm Coach Deborah, and this is your bonus coaching episode where we take the powerful lessons from today's conversation and turn them into something practical that you can apply in your own life. In my conversation with Heather Krueger, one theme really stood out. So many of us grow up believing in the fairy tale story. Find the right partner, build the life, have the happily ever after. But as Heather shared, life doesn't always follow the script we imagined. She faced a life-threatening illness at just 25 years old, survived a liver transplant, married the man who saved her life, and later found herself navigating divorce. That kind of experience forces you to ask a difficult question. What happens when the life you planned doesn't happen? This is something many women face during a divorce or major life transitions. The future you imagine disappears, and suddenly you're left asking, who am I now? What does my life look like going forward? But here's the powerful truth. Your life is not over. It's being rewritten. And sometimes the strongest chapter of your life begins after the fairy tale ends. Heather talked about something incredibly important, realizing that no one else can fill the empty spaces inside us. A partner can add to your happiness, but they cannot create it for you. Real healing starts when you begin rebuilding your life from the inside out. So if you're in that rebuilding season right now, here are 3 things I want you to focus on. First, shift your perspective. When life falls apart, it's easy to focus on what you lost. But growth begins when you start asking a different question. What is this experience trying to teach me? Your hardest seasons often develop the strength you'll need for the next chapter of your life. Second, start small. Heather talked about journaling, gratitude, and focusing on one step at a time. You don't have to rebuild your entire life overnight. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is simply take the next small step forward. One new habit, one healthy boundary, one decision that honors your future. And third, stop measuring your life against someone else's timeline. Society loves to tell us what life is supposed to look like. Marriage by a certain age, children by a certain age, career milestones. But healing and growth don't follow a schedule. Your path is yours. And sometimes the life you create after everything falls apart ends up being far more authentic than the one you originally planned. So if you're listening today and your life doesn't look the way you expected, I want you to remember this. You are not broken. You are rebuilding. And sometimes the most powerful transformation happens when we stop chasing the fairy tale and start creating a life that truly fits who we are today. Thank you for joining me for this Bent Not Broken bonus coaching episode. And if this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to follow the show, share it with someone who might need encouragement, and leave a review. Your support helps more women find strength during life's hardest transitions. Until next time, remember, you may be bent, but you are never broken. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Bent Not Broken. I hope that this episode reminded you that even through life's toughest moments, you are bent, not broken. If this message inspired you, please share, rate, review, and subscribe. as it helps us reach more women who are ready to rise and rebuild. And until next time, keep living bold and walking in your purpose.